The one question I do have though is, and I think everyone's asking this question in our Discord, I'm seeing lots of people ask it, is this a sell the news event?
Yeah, if we continued on the path of up only like we did in November, early December, I would say it probably would have been. But I think over the last couple of weeks, we sort of chilled out and we haven't gone up, at all since then. We've just been up and down. And especially with the wipeout yesterday, I actually don't think it's a sell the news event at this point. Now, that said, I don't think we just like rocket to 100K as a result of this either, because so it gets approved, let's say next week. It's anywhere from a week to maybe a month for these things to actually go live. And so then people can actually buy. I don't think that there's a ton of people lined up to just buy this thing at all. So I don't think we like have billions and billions of dollars of inflows in the first like day or weeks by any means. So I don't think this is just like a rocket ship. I think there's probably a quick pump as soon as it gets approved, right? We go up 5% or whatever in Bitcoin. But this is just crypto natives. This is just crypto people that are just speculating on, this thing going nuts. I just don't think there's a bunch of people lined up to buy this. I think they would just, anyone who's ready to buy Bitcoin is probably just actually buying Bitcoin right now or buying MicroStrategy or whatever. And so I just don't think there's going to be this like crazy demand right off the bat, but I don't think we get a big sell either. I just think we get a quick pump and then like it just maybe slowly grinds up. I think where the pumps come is actually going to be ETH, Solana, and like other smaller assets in the space. Probably like Stacks, which is the LTO on Bitcoin, probably just rips. Bitcoin miners should do really well here. Coinbase probably does really well. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. It's going to be a bit of a nothing burger early on. Down the road, like I think 3-6 months long term, part because I think macro is really good and just like we're in a bull market anyway. I think Bitcoin does really, really well. And I think the demand for this ETF does pick up because there's 12 that might get approved here and they're all battling to market with each other or against each other. And what the ETF does do is allows pension funds and other firms and just like, I don't know, rich retired people to like put 1, 2, 3, 4% of their portfolio into this and just allocate to it as like a hedge, which is what a lot of these funds and people do with gold. Financial advisors, this is like a typical thing for them to do. It's like equity, buy your equities, get your bonds, usually 60, 40%, and then maybe put a couple of percent in gold. I think now you have all the financial advisors over at BlackRock, all of them over at Fidelity and blah, 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 everywhere else, all now telling all of their clients, like put 1 to 2% in this ETF as a hedge instead of gold or in addition to gold. I'm not sure. So like, but that takes a while, right? They got to have their meetings with their clients. They got to talk them into it. They got to show them this stuff. So like that takes time. But ultimately, that drives a shit ton of demand, which allows us to reach the numbers that we always talk about of where Bitcoin could go in this cycle, which is 100, 200 plus thousand. That doesn't happen without the ability, like this, opening the pipeline for more demand and more supply or more people to buy. So yeah, I think overall we're doing really good. One picture I want to show here of why I think this is just like going to be a wild shit show yet, although we'll see how this changes. But if you look at my screen here, one thing you can do to see, like, are the normies here? Are a bunch of people here ready? And like new people coming into the space is you can just look up Bitcoin or crypto on Google Trends. So this is people just Googling Bitcoin, Googling crypto. And like we've seen a bit of a spike in Bitcoin and a little spike in crypto, but not much compared to like last cycle. So we're on, just for those that aren't watching, we're at 24 for Bitcoin in December. This is worldwide searches. And last cycle, we reached 67. So we're still like 3x away. And the cycle before that, we reached, 100? And so like, we're still very small in terms of like new people coming in. When new people are here, this is going to be up at 50 plus, right? Crypto, same thing, which is still pretty small. So like, I think we're just a ways away. The other reason we know this is Jay and I run a marketing agency that works with a lot of the big crypto influencers. And so they have big YouTube channels, which when new people come in, their YouTube channels go nuts in terms of views and subscribers, et cetera. And that's just starting to pick up now. So it's way off, past cycles numbers that they had. And so like when those start to skyrocket, that's when we know new people are coming in, and we're still not there. I would expect when this ETF is approved though, those numbers start to go up because again, we're going to see marketing ads and budget all over the place being spent hyping up this Bitcoin ETF. We've already seen the like commercials on X, like on Twitter. Those are going to be on TV. They're going to be for Super Bowl ads. They're going to be, I don't know, probably on the Las Vegas Dome. Like they're going to be everywhere. And so like the hype is coming for sure as a result of these. I just don't think it happens like by next week.
I'm with you. I think we could see a 5% pump and then probably a subsequent dump and then a slow grind up over the next 12 months. And I still think that we end the year much higher than we are now. I think I could see us ending the year. My prediction was that we would end at 100K on Bitcoin. That might be a bit of a moonshot goal, but I definitely think we hit all-time highs this year. I think the point is, we have to wait for everybody to come in. Just because it gets approved does not mean a whole bunch of new people come in. It's going to be a lot of excitement and energy. A lot of people are going to buy, and then there might be a little bit of a dump afterwards or a resettling. I mean, the easy thing to look at is, remember when the fake Cointelegraph news came out? What happened in that? That was just a month ago? Not even a month ago. And we went up 10% and then we dropped 10% when everyone realized it was fake. Now,
it's like gone up that 10% since then, more than 10% since then, right?
But I think either way, everybody be prepared for Bitcoin and crypto to take over your newsfeed, to take over your friends and family conversation. Like, we are entering a period where this is going to be one of the most talked about things in the world. And that brings a lot of hype, that brings a lot of scams, that brings a lot of fraud. So you've got to very much, don't get caught in it. Don't get caught in the FOMO. Make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter if you're not already subscribed, because we are making sure on a more regular basis than our podcast, we're giving you guys the updates you need in your inbox. And yes, stay tuned to our Twitter, where we are always keeping you guys updated there as well, because there's going to be a lot of fake outs. There's going to be a lot of misinformation.
It's a good point. Like, if you remember, 2021 is when NFTs and crypto in general were just like the talk of everyone, right? Mm-hmm. And it was wild. And it hasn't been like that. Like, I went to Thanksgiving, went to Christmas. I mean, I got most of my net worth in this stuff. I have 2 companies in this stuff. Not one person in my family asked me about it. Not one, right? Now, my family's pretty old in small towns. So like, maybe they never will. I have no idea. But like, even in 2021, I had people talking about this stuff. I got nothing. And I think most of you listening probably were the same. Like, it wasn't a big conversation. Next Christmas will be very, very different. Like you said, there's going to be so much marketing budget. Everyone's going to see Bitcoin all over their TVs, ads probably on social channels, like everywhere. And think about when you just said that about like scams being everywhere. I just thought 2022, early 2023 was like the peak lows, right? No one was talking about this at all. Nothing was happening. Prices were at the lowest they'd ever been. Companies were shutting down. Like, it was like a terrible time to be in the space. There was still tons of fraud and tons of scams on social media, people faking airdrops, people faking this and that. Like, and now when this thing becomes the eyes of everyone, there's going to be 10x that, 20x that. And they're going to get smarter and smarter about what they're doing. They're going to follow the trends and the narratives. And so like, it's going to be a tricky time. And as much as we love self-custody, it's also quite scary to have the responsibility to custody your own stuff. So like, we're going to talk about airdrops in a second, and it is exciting, but man, do so many people get rugged when they see airdrops. There was a guy, we didn't actually have this up, but I wish we did, to talk about this. We're going to talk about the LFG airdrop. There's a guy who owns a wallet company in crypto that is a wallet security company, and he clicked the wrong link, approved the transaction, and got 200K stolen from him. 200K drained from his wallet. This guy is the founder of a crypto wallet security company. So like, it can happen to anyone. And man, you just got to be so careful. So anyway, we'll continue to keep you posted on what's good, what's not good. Try to click links from either the exact company or from us. If you want to click on our newsletter, that's fine. But even be careful with us. Like, maybe our Twitter gets hacked, right? And they start putting out shitty links. This is what happens. So like, just read everything. Read the transaction you're signing. Read the URLs. Like, you just got to be so careful.